The best mouse proofing service always starts with a detailed inspection of the interior. You may be focused on sealing that hole behind your stove or around the pipes underneath the sink. Most interior repairs won't solve your mouse problem. Sometimes they do help in condominiums and apartments though. But sealing that hole around the gas line behind your stove is not going to keep mice out of your house. Blocking these holes can redirect them into other areas, complicating trapping. If mice are under your sink, that is a great place to set traps and monitor for activity. Why take that away? One thing about kitchens is that they do not finish the walls behind the cabinets. Your other walls have molding and baseboards. Contractors typically do not finish walls flush with the floor behind cabinets as the cabinets cover this area. As a result, you have a couple of inches gap between the drywall and the floor. On top of that, the cabinet bases are elevated a few inches off the ground. So you have open access for mice to enter the kitchen behind the cabinets, along with a free area for them to hide between the cabinets and the floor. Then you have the nook where the dishwasher sits. This is usually a wide open area for mice to enter the kitchen. With all this in mind, you would most likely have to remove your bottom cabinets and the dishwasher to seal out mice from your kitchen. After all that, mice could just start walking up your basement steps into your kitchen. The focus should be on identifying where mice are entering the structure. This is best done by first inspecting the unfinished areas of your home. By checking the unfinished portions of your home, you will locate areas of activity. This will help you with trap and bait placement and with finding entry points on the exterior of the structure. In most houses with mice in the kitchen, they enter from the foundation and come into the kitchen from the basement. However, this is not true in all cases. Mice can enter along lower roof lines and come down the walls into the home. For example, if you have a rear addition, front porch, or ranch home, look for mice entering from above and coming down into the living space. Third floor attic infestations are usually isolated to the attic. Things to look for are holes in the insulation, sebum markings, acorns, and droppings. Many people who find acorn shells in their basement assume they have a chipmunk. Acorn shells are a sign that the mouse entry point is nearby on the outside. Mice have an excretion that helps weatherproof their bodies. It is called sebum. Mice also follow pheromone trails left by other mice, indicating where food and shelter are. When mice travel these trails over time, the sebum leaves a brownish marking on their path. Following these sebum trails can help you identify the entry points outside. It is also the prime location for trap and bait placements. If you do not see these markings or acorns, look for droppings on surfaces and hanging from spider webs. Mice can make holes in the insulation on top of the basement wall. It is important to note that mice do not usually come down onto the basement floor. The place you want to focus on is the sill plate or the box sill area. This is the ledge on top of the foundation wall. Look in attics for signs of rodent activity, such as tamp down insulation, sebum on wires and joists, holes in insulation, and droppings. Once the inside is inspected, you should have some clues as where to look outside for entry points. Mice are experts in exploiting construction flaws. It is your job to locate these construction flaws and make the proper repairs. Otherwise, you will not solve your mouse problem. There are many different types of homes. Not only are there old and new homes, but there are also different styles of architecture. Old stone foundations close to downtown Cleveland will have different entry points from a new build house in Westlake. Bungalows, Cape Cods, colonials, craftsmen, and ranch homes all have areas that are prone to mouse entry. Knowing or hiring someone familiar with the local architecture helps tremendously when excluding mice from structures. During your inspection, look at every junction point. Inside corners, outside corners, where two roofs meet, where the foundation meets the siding, and where the porch or addition meets the central part of the house. The most common entry point is where the air conditioner lines enter the home, but it can be much more complex than simply sealing around a pipe.